So lard versus vegetable oils. Which one is truly healthier? But before I get into this, I want to define what lard is versus tallow. Lard is pig fat. Tallow is beef or lamb fat. Now, of course, when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about organic animals, pastured animals, and or grass-fed animals. I'm not talking about, commercial farm animals. Before I get into this, I want to just define one word. It's a French word, idea fixée. This is a French word which means fixed idea. If you look it up, it's an idea that's firmly resistant to any attempts to modify it. So when a person has a fixed idea, they're very unlikely to change their mind about it. And they're very unwilling to actually look at the evidence or the information. And what I'm talking about is this very fixed idea that saturated fat, especially lard, equals clogged arteries, right? I mean, everyone knows this, right? Well, before 1918, before Crisco was invented, everyone was cooking with lard or tallow. And they put it in their baking goods, they fried with it, they used it everywhere. And it wasn't considered a bad food. When they found a way of modifying canola oil, hydrogenating it, altering it, making it more stable, deodorizing it, and then coming up with this product called Crisco. That was in 1918. Now, the company that put out Crisco put out a cookbook, and they started an amazing, effective marketing campaign that lasted for a very long time. In fact, Crisco and trans fats were considered healthier than saturated fats like lard and tallow. So it was considered a healthy substitute until the year 2015, when the FDA banned trans foods. And so they gave industry about 3 years to take them off the market. If we take 2015 and subtract the year 1918, we get 97 years. I mean, this blows my mind. You have something on the market for 97 years, almost 100 years, that was considered safe and healthy, but in reality, completely false data. It was very unhealthy. It causes diabetes type 2, Alzheimer's, cancer, heart disease, but it was considered safe. But now it's being banned. This is actually mind-blowing, and it tells you the power of marketing. And so now we have this entire generation that has this idea that is false, but they consider it true. And for a person now to go back to saturated fats, it's very, very difficult because we've been literally brainwashed into thinking it's a healthier thing. Let's just take a look at the difference between saturated fats and unsaturated fats. Saturated fats, you have lard, tallow, butter, coconut oil, right? And then you have unsaturated fats like corn oil, soy oil, canola, cottonseed oil. There's more, but I want to just focus on the big ones. If you actually take a look at some pretty hardcore data that is very credible, which I'm going to put a link down below, these unsaturated fats are very unstable, especially when you heat them up. They produce massive amounts of oxidation, free radical damage, inflammation. They tear the inside of your arteries apart, create insulin resistance. Now let's take a look at saturated fats. They're very stable, much less oxidation, very little free radical damage, are meant to be used with higher amounts of heat. So in summary, lard and tallow is way healthier than vegetable oils, which are really grain oils. Go ahead and comment down below and tell me what you think about this topic. Hey, before you leave, I just wanted to give you a little quick history on some of the books that I wrote. This was one of the first books. It's called Dr. Berg Body Shapes. It was my attempt at writing about body types. What was very interesting about this book is I actually did all the images myself. Don't ask me why. They look actually not quite as professional as some of the images that I have in the new book. But anyway, this is my first attempt right here called Dr. Berg's Body Shape Diets.
And then I wrote a book, more extensive, called The 7 Principles of Fat Burning. I don't even have a copy anymore, actually, because it's outdated. The next book, I put about 1,000 hours into this one right here, called The New Body Type Guide. Major updates on the body types. I put a lot of energy into this. It has professional images, graphics, all sorts of things. Now, the problem with this book is it doesn't really describe what this is really about. Body types are only a small portion of what's in this book. And that's why I changed the name to the Healthy Keto Plan, okay? If you happen to have this book, you don't really need this book because there's some only very, very minor updates. But if you don't have this, you need to get this one right here. This book goes into every single detail that you would ever want to know about. It goes into the 7 principles of fat burning. It goes into hormones, the body types, the basic keto plan. It goes into intermittent fasting. I talk about the 10 fat burning triggers and blockers and fat burning strategies with a lot of details in every single chapter. I go into body issues that interfere with losing weight. There's very few people that just have a weight problem. They have a lot of body issues, whether it's sleeping problems, stress problems, inflammation, menopause. I cover that extensively in this book. Then I talk about how to get rid of stress, and I show you a technique. Then I get into exercising. And then I have a lot of really good recipes in this book as well. So this is a good reference guide. On my website, if you get this book, you get this one free. It's called Healthy Keto and Intermittent Fasting. This is the shortcut, quick guide to this book. And the reason I created this book is to have you, within 45 minutes, learn how to do keto, okay, in intermittent fasting, exactly what you need to do. Then you can fill in the blanks with this book right here. So right now I'm doing a special. If you get this book, you get this one totally free, or you can go to Amazon and get these individually. So I just want to clarify the difference between this book and this updated one right here. If you don't have this, you need to get this right here. That way you can get the exact correct information to do it healthily.